Good morning, everyone. And before I start with this press conference, sadly, we lost two more Albany County residents last night to COVID-19, a man in his 70s and another man in his 90s, which brings us up to 423 total Albany County residents that have lost their life to COVID-19. So to the families and to the loved ones, our prayers and thoughts go out to you. It's been a difficult world we're all living in now, getting readjusted to the world we had to reimagine, doing things differently. And one of the things we had to reimagine, do differently, and is adopt a family. And adopt a family is so important. There's kids out there that, wake up Christmas morning and they don't have anything underneath their tree. And, my heart goes out to these families, but especially to our workers in DCUIF and to Mara Manning and her staff for always doing this. And this has been going on for how many years now? At least
35?
35 years they've been doing this, 35 years. And what's a little bit different this year is because of the COVID world we're living in. But people have to remember, most businesses have not come back fully to work. And we rely heavily on people with donations for coat drives, back to school drive, but especially for adopted family, we put bins in different county buildings or different offices throughout the county. And if people aren't coming back into the workplace or they're at a reduced 50% for safety measures, we lose the people there that would normally donate to these kids. And what breaks my heart with these families, when most kids have a wish list, it's Xbox, PlayStation, whatever the new thing is today. They're looking for gaming stuff. They're looking for fancy clothes. And I can say to every listener and viewer out there, it'd break your heart if you read some of the stuff these kids request. Forks and knives, plates to eat food on, a blanket, a pillow, to have just sheets for their bed. Necessities are things that normal kids at that age shouldn't be worried about a plate to eat food on. And it breaks your heart that you have to do this. And I do want to thank DCYF for doing this. But last year alone, we were able to help 275 families, thanks to 277 generous donations from people across I just don't want to say Albany County, across the Capital District, state workers that come into Albany. Thank you so much. And, businesses, government offices, family, individual residents have adopted over 265 families. And it's when people make an adoption of a family that makes a difference, but times are tougher. I know a lot of people still haven't gone back to work. People are having a hard time paying their rent, paying the mortgage, paying the utilities bill. I'll say this to everyone, please, if you can just do a little something for a needy family, it's gonna go a long way. And it's always nice to give back. It's always nice to pass it forward, to brighten up somebody's face. And you might not see it, but trust me, these kids' eyes are gonna open up on Christmas morning when they get the presents under their tree and, and get the necessities that they want just in life. But again, it can't be done without great leadership. And Mara Manning, you've been that leadership in DCYF, and please come up and say a few words.
Thank you. Again, thank you, County Executive McCoy. We're really excited to gear up for the 2021 Adopt a Family program. And so I'm really saying to folks, if you're willing to be a donor, please visit our website, www.kids.com and albanykids.com, and you can actually complete a donor registration and then send it back to the Adopt a Family email. It's really important that, children and families get matched with a donor, and basically you would be contacted by our Adopt a Family team. We have a team, I oftentimes call them my elves, that really assist in making sure they answer any questions a donor may have about the process, and we actually have a dedicated phone line as well for that, which is 518-447-5580. And as the county executive has indicated, we continue to be struggling with COVID. And again, we need to be very cautious and aware. We want donors, if you are delivering to the families, to use social distancing, wear your mask, and even consider a contactless delivery. So if you're interested in adopting a family, again, you can determine what size family you want, if you want a small family or a larger family, and that is all something that our workers can assist with. And if you want to give to the community but don't want to have a family to buy gifts for, you could always, contact us, and we accept unwrapped gifts and household items, games, toys, and we'd be happy to do that. In addition, we accept monetary donations. We have a charitable board, the Community Foundation of the Capital Regions, and basically checks can be made to our Children's Fund. But, in closing, I just want to thank all the donors. We've had donors come back year after year, and their generosity really just hits home. And some of the families write thank you notes, and they're just so appreciative of being supported by the community. So thank you.
Thank you. In talking about people that give back to the community every year, I especially want to thank Peter Scotto for what you do and your company. And for over 21 years, Advanced Therapy has been providing special education service throughout the Capital Region and surrounding area with over 40 school districts, 12 counties, providing over 16 preschool and preschool special education programs in the Capital Region and surrounding areas. And I could go on and on and on. But last year, when we're heavily in the COVID world, Peter gave me a call, and he wanted to step up, and he donated $10,000 last year. And again, this year has stepped up. And I'm going to let you speak before we get to that, and we'll talk about the donation you're going to make again this year. But I do want to say thank you. And this is what I love about Albany County, the business owners, the fabric of our community that give back at times like this. And you've not only done this twice now, you've done other things to help us out in the county with other programs. It's great to have this partnership, but please come on and say a few words, and we'll talk about your donation.
Sounds good. I want to thank everyone today for having me, to have an opportunity to talk. It has been a difficult time in Advanced Therapy. Thank the Lord, has been fortunate enough to continue on and be live. I have to say, the Capital Region, we all have spoken about COVID and how much it's impacted us, particularly when it comes to the schools. And we don't realize that up here in Albany, in the Capital Regional, schools have been open since the 1st of September, and even the summer of 2020. We started servicing all the school districts and working with kids in special ed in the summer of 2020. And as of September, all our programs were in person. I'm able to give today, not because of who I am, but because of every single employee and administrator that works for me now and in the past that have put forth that effort to service these kids. I'd love to talk more about the company, but I really think it's important to talk about those people. They've really worked hard, and it's been scary. It really has. I mean, we've dealt with closings with our partners in our school districts, and thank God we've had a lot of great school districts as partners, because we wouldn't have done it without them, especially with all the COVID protocols. It is crazy. So I think it's even more important now to give. We have these kids missing out on school, missing out on play, just going out and playing with someone, the development that they're losing. If we could find a way to start giving them some toys, maybe a little bit higher end, I didn't wish for high-end toys, but if we can give them a little bit more high-end, even if that brings some interaction outside of watching a TV, or in some cases, just trying to get some music going. I don't know. I mean, can't even run the streets anymore. It's really difficult. So if you're a business, I know it's tough, everyone gives out. Little donations such as this, individual ones, are very nice, but right now it would be really good if some of the businesses could step up and give a nice big donation to help out, because a lot of people aren't able to do it, as Mr. McCoy said. It's just not. And if as a business this year we could just throw a little bit extra, it'd be nice for the kids. The kids deserve it. We always say it, but we never really do anything about it. Kids don't have a voice, and we have to speak for them. We can't speak for them when it's only convenient for us. We have to speak for them all the time. Anyway, I thank you very much.
Stay right here. So I do want to say, Peter, thank you for your company, but thank you what you do for Albany County, and thank you for this check that you're going to be giving to us for $10,000. So, Mark,
I didn't make the big one up.
you did.
It was
I
too
covered them up.
costly.
But here's a check for $10,000, and thank you so much, because this is going to go a far way to change the lives of many adopted families this year and give them hope at the end of the day, and let them know that Albany County does care for our residents.